Mark sent me a screenshot of YouTube. It was like an ad. It was a guy standing in front of a jet and he was promising like £10,000 in 30 days. Mark was like, Zulf, I've just had my best month yet. I cleared £2,800 after tax. I felt like a king until I saw this. I'm actually doing badly. What's a good month of income for someone working for themselves is what he asked me. No one in the UK ever gives a straight answer. Mark, in this episode, we break the ultimate British taboo, money, money, money. We're going to stop guessing and start looking at the real numbers of what it takes to thrive in the UK in 2026. So you're hitting this on the head there. Transparency wall. In this country, we'd rather talk about health problems and the weather than our bank balance. But today we're going to look at the 18 years of data that I've collected and the official UK stats to find out what good actually looks like. Spoiler, it's not a private jet, mate. If you're thinking about standing in front of a private jet in a couple of years, you could probably do it. But is that what you need to do? There is a wedding guest lie. So remember being at a wedding a few years ago. It was a nice wedding. They had nice food. It was an amazing buffet. Oh my days, that buffet. Yeah, sat at the table with a few successful professionals on like an architect's table and a senior manager and a consultant. Was he? Yeah, he was a consultant for IBM, I think he was saying. So the conversation eventually turned to work, and one of the guys was talking about his like 6-figure salary and his bonus structure, like what he gets paid on it as well. Everyone was nodding along, like looking impressed, and I was like, okay. Later that night, I saw him, and I was arguing. He was arguing. He was like, the same guy that was on our table was around the corner, like one of them little, they do like the fountains with chocolates and strawberries, that thing. And he's arguing with a lady, so I'm assuming like a friend or someone. And guess what the argument was about? She spent £40 extra on something that was being sold. Like they sell these little things, like extra drinks things, like like cocktails, and you put stuff on them. £40, that's expensive, mate. I think that's what the number was throwing back. And there was like discussion and that we couldn't afford it that month. And at that point, I realized that the stuff he was talking about and the 6 figures, is that 6 figures of debt or 6 figures of success? He was earning a lot, but he wasn't keeping any of it, is what I'm assuming, because the job that he had and the salary he should be getting it sounded all right, but it's just managing that maybe was a bit tricky. So I realized that the number on your P60 or your tax return doesn't really matter. The number that actually matters is what stays in your pocket after the world has taken its bite out of it, mate. Because once you start paying for stuff, and if you've got a fancy lifestyle, that's just life, isn't it? So the safe, is there a flaw? So in my 18 years of industry working and stuff, my experience, I've seen people survive on £20,000, 18,000, 15,000 in one time. The cost of living was lower then. And those same era people, there was people starving on £80,000. Lifestyle and choice is very difficult. Good isn't a fixed number. That's why we can't get like many people talking about money and figures. It's not a safe number. It's like a ratio. So self-employed in the UK looks good. Like you're having your survival floor covered by 50% of your income, your rent, your food, utilities, probably cost you £1,500. You're earning £3,000. You're doing better than 90% of the people in this country. Regardless of that amount, it depends now. Remember, I did season 18. We looked at surveys and like the income, like we use it as the tracker and things where we looked at the income and things, and it all depends like where you are in the UK on the scale. But one thing that 18 years has taught me is that a safe income is one that allows you to build some type of emergency fund without feeling like the pinch. If you can do that, you're financially good. If you can, for the next 6 months, if you had no income, are you okay? You're doing very well. Don't worry about the jet. Just yet, anyway, Lord Sugar. Oh dear. Let's look at the proof and evidence here. Mark, according to the Office of National Statistics, the median weekly earnings for full-time employees in the UK is roughly £680, which works out to about 35k a year. Just times it by a year. If you're clearing more than that as a director, you're already above the midpoint, so you're doing better. I think you should go back and listen to my season 18. Starting season 18, Money Scorecard. You'll find it very helpful if you haven't already listened to it, because that's basically how I looked at a lot of this stuff in more detail. But the minimum standard, what people need for socially acceptable standard of living, the single person in 2024-2025, that's around £29,500. That's what like the stats say. So that's your number. Mark, if you're clearing £2,800 a month, that's £33,600 a year. You are officially thriving by UK standards anyway. Don't let a guy with a rented jet standing on YouTube tell you otherwise. Who is he? Where is he? Let me send him a message. What are you putting down, Mark, mate? Just turn your ads off, man. So, Mark, we need to build out your financial scorecard. Here's what we need to do. Here is how to measure your good for yourself. Calculate your survival floor. What do you need to stand on? What's the absolute minimum you need to keep the lights on, rent, food, bills, basic transport? Then let's look at a 30% tax rule. Never look at your gross income. The moment money hits your business account, 30% of that belongs to HMRC. Just take 30% out straight away. Look at the remainder. If you don't see it, you won't miss it, but put in a separate tax pot immediately. In Starling, you've got Starling bank account. What to do is create a part, saving part, and just whack out 30 into that and call it tax account. The 6-month runaway. So once you've done that, good. Your 6 months of survival floor, figure out that money amount sitting in a high yield savings account. Can you have an ISA? Pay yourself a dividend. Check your accountant. How much can you pay yourself as a dividend? How much have you taken as wage? Put 6 months into an ISA, individual savings account. This is not financial advice. This is what I would do with my money. Speak to a financial expert. This is your FU money. So it allows you to walk away from a bad client or a bad situation. In your 6 months, you're all right. I told you, Mark, I'm telling you again, stop looking at YouTube ads and start looking at your own runway. You cleared £2,800 last month. Your bills are £1,600. You have £1,200 of freedom every single month. This is a massive win. And we haven't even touched on getting new clients yet. So we're going to be absolutely, I'm happy. I'm happy we're doing it. I'm happy you're doing it. You're doing the hard work. I'm just documenting the journey and just pointing you where you can get more information. I'm talking to him as if he's watching me now, but he sat down and did the math, and he realized that because he cuts like his status tax out of it, the car and the gym, it's like something to think about. We talked about it in episode 2, remember, the survival floor, but it's quite low for him actually, because he was saying, Zulf, I'm not a millionaire, but the first time in my life, I'm not scared of the postman. It feels better than a private jet. It's like when a bill lands, he doesn't worry. Whereas before, he used to worry the bill landing. So he's creating this backup. Financial honesty starts with you. Stop lying to yourself about what you need based on what you've seen on adverts. And start looking at what you keep, what's there for you, how well can you do if things go up, tits up, basically. I'll put some of the data of these reports in like the show notes for this episode. Zulftalks.com, season 19 is what we're on, S19 / so you can get access to that. I think it's time we look at like the one-man team, because Mark's alone at the moment. The next episode, we're going to talk about the one-man burnout team rate and maybe how to manage exhaustion of being the boss, HR, janitor, all at once, admin guy, email guy. I'm going to cover that next, Mark, because I'm preempting what you're going to be going through and what's happening. I'm Zulf, and this is the self-employed survival season 19. I'm already thinking about Mark, so I'm getting my words out wrong for what I can ask him and tell him. Be your own boss. I'll see you in the next one. What's one question you're stuck on right now? Contact me on zulftalks.com. You could drop me a message on Insta or email me there. If you want, you could even put your answer below this episode in the comment section. I read through every single one and it helps me shape the shows. So it'll be good to hear from you. It would be really good if you can leave a review wherever you're listening to this. The show resources are available at zulftalks.com. You can also sign up to the mailing list there, which will allow you to get information to help you on your journey working for yourself.
Working for yourself, I know you love it. Working for yourself, 'cause I love it too. Working for yourself, Zulf talks about it, making it easy for you. Working for yourself, go be your own boss. Working for yourself, Zulf will help you along. Working for yourself, powered by trusted creators. Zulftalks.com.